Hello, everyone. It's Aneta here. Today, I want to talk about the thing that made the biggest difference to me in my life, in my sense of well-being, sense of inner stability, sense of being happy with my life, with my work, with the day-to-day things that I'm doing. And that one thing is kindness. Kindness, not even as much as self-compassion, but the thing that for me is much more accessible, which is kindness. Self-compassion, of course, is wonderful, but sometimes from my own experience and from experience of working with other women, other clients and women and practitioners, is that it's hard for us to feel self-compassion. But what's much more accessible is to bring a little tiny bit more of kindness to how we are with ourselves. And this is really, really important in the context of our daily lives because so many of us live in this constant state of busyness, this constant state of hustling, this constant state of, you know, working really hard, whether that means that it feels you're doing it because you're trying to keep your head above the water, or whether you're juggling lots of different projects, or whether you've got loads of different commitments, or whether you are trying to live your life but you live with a chronic condition, whether you are looking after loved one who is not well, whether it's a child or an aging parent or a spouse or partner, whether it is struggling with financial difficulties, whether it is just getting day by day, whether it is coming to terms with your body changing, going through midlife, whether it is, there is so many things. There are so many things in here. And it's very easy to compare ourselves with others. It's so easy to compare with ourselves, to feel like I am the only person that is broken. I am the only person who's struggling. I am the only person who's not managing. I am the only person awake at 3 o'clock in the morning worrying about either my health or my loved ones or finances or work or anything else. In the day-to-day reality of being bombarded by the pictures of successful, rich, wealthy people, in the age of advertising, where we are being bombarded again and again and again by very cleverly designed advertisement strategies to get us to spend more money, promising us that if you buy this thing, you're gonna feel really good, it's gonna solve your problems, this is the solution. In the living in the society that is soaked in the myth of the bigger, louder, faster is better, it's very hard to detach yourself from it. It really takes effort. It really takes time. It really takes courage not to follow everybody else and to decide that you're going to live your life in a slower way, in life where the spaciousness and time and quality of connection and the depth of work mean more than constant growth and acquisition of a better car and a bigger house and um, whatever else, better clothes, label clothes, or anything like that. And it's a radical notion. Not, and what I'm talking about in here is I am not talking about the radical notion of thinking that this is good. I'm talking about actually embodying it. Not saying that this is what we want, this is what we're aiming for, this slower, more embodied life with more simplicity, um, moving away from hustle, but actually sitting with it and seeing it for what it is, that is the reality of most of our life. This hustle, this product focus on productivity, focus on growth, focus of wealth acquisition or things acquisition, and actually feel deep sense of kindness towards ourselves, towards the parts of us that are struggling, that are feeling overwhelmed, that are feeling really worried, that are driving this hustling busyness behavior in response to the conditioning, in a response to being bombarded by the messages from all around us all the time. To feel, to allow yourself to feel kindness for your human experience, to allow yourself to feel kindness for yourself when you get lost in that conditioning, to feel kindness for yourself when you yet again, I got lost. Yet again, I got lost in the busyness and overworking and overdoing and doing too much and trying to move fast forward. To feel kindness to yourself when you're struggling, to feel kindness with yourself towards yourself and all the different parts of you that are trying so hard. And to feel kindness to yourself when you're not feeling well, when you promise yourself never to do it again and you do it yet again, when you overspend and when you overindulge and when you used one of your coping strategies that are coming under maladaptive coping strategies, i.e., they help in the moment, but long term they might cause more problem. To really feel deep sense of kindness to yourself when you self-sabotage, when you said you would do something but you did something else. That is a human experience. Until you are enlightened, that will be your experience. And so really allowing yourself to be with yourself in that gentle and kind way. When you connect with somebody and it really touches your heart. When you hold space for somebody and they show their vulnerable inner experience with you. When you are with somebody you care about and you see how much they're struggling. When you bring that kind of little kindness to everything that you do, your life becomes different. It becomes more connected. It becomes more human. It becomes richer in experience. It becomes beautiful in its imperfection. I really love poems. If you haven't checked out um, a book called The Way of Rest, I would really recommend that you do that. That little book of poems is so beautiful. And it helps me to connect with that kindness, with gentleness, with a way of resting, a way of being with myself and being with others that brings more of that kindness here, more of that softness, more of that gentleness that so often I miss or is missing for me in a daily life of productivity and solution focused approaches, constant growth, constant being better. It allows me to shift back into spaciousness, into simplicity, into that slow, embodied way of living and working and connecting with myself and others. So, my invitation to you today is be kind to yourself when you notice that you've been hustling, when you notice that you've been striving, when you notice that you promised yourself to do something and you haven't done it, or you've done the opposite of it. When you notice yourself being imperfect, overwhelmed, when you notice yourself in need of kindness and love, allow yourself to slow down, to create a bit of space and hold that space for yourself. Not in a big, compassionate way, because that might be inaccessible to you in that moment, but in a way of just being a little bit kinder and gentler with yourself. Just a little bit kinder and gentler, a bit softer with yourself. Bringing that kindness on a daily to everything on a daily basis over time will profoundly change your relationship with yourself, with the world, and with others. And I've seen it happen when I worked in a crisis detox center for long-term chronic drug users. I've seen it in my training certifications when I work with really amazing female practitioners. And I've seen it in my loved ones, and I've seen it with other people, friends. It's the most healing thing that we can ever experience. Try it out. Don't take my word for it. Try it out. And share with me whether that resonates, whether that's landing, and how you can use it for yourself. Take care for now. Have a good day.